It's safe to say that this has probably been the best episode that we've seen in the 8 seasons of Baddies because the truth is finally out. The truth is finally out that the CEO of the Zeus Network sleeps with his cast members, according to Natalie Nunn. They will say allegedly, but it's all out there. And y'all don't think this man is leveraging his position and promising these girls, you do this, I'll let you be on the show? Y'all don't think this man is doing things across state lines? Okay. Finally, some authenticity with the Zeus Network this week on Baddies USA Season 8. And also, we see the truth finally come out between Summer and Big Legs and what they've been doing under the covers when the cameras and the lights go out. Yes, all that and more, you better believe we're going to talk about it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Damien After Dark. You are watching the official Baddies USA After Show, where we review, recap, and break down the latest episode of Baddies on the Zeus Network. This is season 8, and baby, it was a doozy. And we got a lot to talk about. I got like 4 or 5 pages of notes. It's probably going to be a supersized episode. I know y'all like that. So get cozy. We got to really discuss this tea that was spilled this week because it's all being laid out there. Now, before we begin, before we really deep dive, I need you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, okay? I could not do this without you. We are at over 10,000 subscribers, and I'm trying to get to 50. I'm trying to get to 100,000, and I can't do it without you. So click that subscribe button down there if you have never subscribed to the channel before. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot for our channel, all right? Click that thumbs up button, like this video. That also helps us. It's free to do this, so you can support us for free. I'm not asking for any money. Click that thumbs up button, like this video. That helps us get into the YouTube algorithm so more people can find this video and we can continue to grow, all right? Also, click the hype button. I notice a lot of you have been using your hype points, and I really appreciate that. That's YouTube's new feature. YouTube's new feature that allows smaller creators like myself to be discovered when you use your hype points to hype our video up, okay? Last but not least, get in the comment section. Leave me your thoughts and opinions and join the conversation on episode 8. I know y'all got a lot to say. Okay, I know y'all got a lot to say because y'all always got a lot to say. Okay, and it's a good thing. I need you to say what all you got to say. And I listen, I don't always respond to the comments and I apologize, but I do try to read them all. Okay, so get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this shit, bitch, because it was juicy, right? It was juicy. Let me just take a puff before we begin. So, I know y'all want to go right into the meat and the potatoes of the bit. And listen, just be patient. We're going to get there. We're going to start like we always do from the top because I like to discuss everything. All right. I know y'all want to go right into it. The summer of it all, the Tasiki of it all, the Tommy of it all. We're going to get there. Let's start at the beginning because I don't want to miss anything. I try to pay attention to it all and take my notes. Now, Tasiki asks Summer. This episode begins with Tasiki asking Summer about what Dolly just told her. Now remember, Dolly just told Tasiki that the reason Big Lex is crying is because Summer ate her pussy. That is what Bad Dolly told Tasiki, and now Tasiki has relayed this information to Summer. And that's when we see Summer say the infamous line, I ate Lex pussy and she ain't mine. She got that cigarette in her mouth. And then Suki asks her again. You know, Suki wants to get confirmation. I'm Suki. I'm like, wait, what did you just say? And Summer says, I did. I did. And I believe her when she says this based off of Lex's response. Because we see Lex's response throughout this episode. And it's very telling. Her reaction to this is very telling because she did not want this information out because Big Lex is in a relationship, right? She didn't want this information out because it's going to cause problems and potentially break up her and her girlfriend. Now Tasiki says, I thought you liked boys. Talking to Summer. Now come on, Tasiki, I know you're dense. I know you're dense, but I know you know yourself that it's not that black and white. You know yourself, Miss Thang, because we know you don't like men all the way, allegedly. That's my opinion. I think Tasiki's gay. I think Bad Dolly's gay. And it is what it is. All right? Now, and a lot of shit, a lot of men and women don't care. A lot of men and women identify, keyword identify. Because I know a lot of y'all are gonna say, "Oh, Damien, that you gay if you do that." You gay, but a lot of people that identify as heterosexual and live heterosexual lives, meaning they got a husband or a wife and they got kids, they still let the same sex go down on them. I myself, as a gay man, I know there's a lot of gay men out there. I know there's a lot of gay women out there who watch me. Y'all know how it is. Every one of us has probably been with somebody who identifies as straight. Now, whether they are fully or not, I don't know. I mean, sexuality is fluid, and we could do a whole episode on that, right? Now, Big Lex laughs at what Summer says when the information is brought back to her, right? Because they immediately go to Big Lex and they tell her what Summer has said, and she laughs. But then you can sort of see this transition with her feelings as she transitions from laughing to anger, because I think it hits her in the head like, oh shit, this is being filmed. This is gonna get back to my girl. This is about to get real, and I'm gonna end up possibly losing my girlfriend, right? And then we see Summer tell Tasiki that Big Lex, like, I guess the reason Summer's trying to justify what she did or what she said by saying that Big Lex said that Summer snorted a line off of her hand of the cocaine. So I guess that's retaliation to the pussy rumors. Or I guess Summer is retaliating with the pussy rumors because she feels like Big Lex told people that she was snorting coke. I don't know. That's what I took from that. Now, we see Big Lex go and confront Summer, right? Because they're still in Detroit. They're still at this outdoor bar. She goes and confronts Summer about what was said. And Summer looks at Big Lex and says, why are you believing them? Gaslighting the hell out of us viewers, right? Why are you believing them? I'm like, now, Summer. Tasiki was standing right there when Summer said, why are you believing them? So I'm really shocked you, Tasiki, didn't. Tasiki checked her and said, no, you did say that. But I would have been angry. I would have been like, why the fuck are you lying? Don't fucking sit here and lie when you just told me. Because when you say that, when Summer told Big Lex, why are you believing them? You made Tasiki look like a liar. Or that's how I would feel in the moment. You trying to make it like a liar in front of this girl when you know you said what you said. Y'all know what I'm saying? Um, and look, they're all looking confused as I would be too. I would be confused too. Like, no, ho, stand on it. Stand on it, right? And the only reason Summer ain't being open and honest about it in this moment is because she knows the Big Lex would knock that head off. And we see Rolly later in the episode say that too. And that's what I think. I think the reason she didn't say nothing is because she knew Lex was going to knock that head off, which we know that she ends up doing later in the episode, which we're going to get to. Now, Summer asked Big Lex to repeat what she said. And Lex says, or Summer says, ask them. Ask them. And Big Lex is like, I don't know, I don't know what was said. Let me know. And Big Lex knows what Summer said. She knows what she said. Come on. She knows what they did, but she just doesn't want to repeat it, right? She's sitting there like, what did you say, Summer? What did you say? You know what she said, Big Lex. You just don't want to repeat it because you know the severity of the results of this situation. Now, pay attention in that moment. In that moment, even though it comes out later, pay attention how in that moment Lex says, so you didn't say nothing? And Summer says nothing. And Big Lex laughs and walks away like, okay. She wanted that statement on camera. Summer didn't say nothing. We good. I'm going to walk away. Let's try to end it there. She wanted to end it there, right? But of course, not on this reality show, not on Baddies. It's going to keep being, they're going to keep bringing it up and bringing it up and bringing it up. Now, suddenly we see Bad Dolly launch something from behind the bar towards Cold Killer. Now, if you pay attention in that scene, you will notice Scotty walks right in front of that bar as soon as she launches whatever she launched at her, and it almost hit Scotty, the pregnant woman of the group. Now, why the hell y'all have a pregnant lady in an environment like this? I will never understand. I didn't understand it back when Krishan was on this show pregnant. I don't get it now. It's a liability. It's dangerous. Let's just say Bad Dolly did accidentally hit Scotty in the belly. And God forbid something happens to that baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's things that people aren't thinking about and that they think would never happen that you just never know. You never know. It's like this network really is toxic. It really is toxic and disgusting. Um, Now we see all the girls leave the venue and they go get on the bus to leave. And we see Summer's family members are there and they like are trying to get to Lex. And Lex can feel it. She feels the security guards like move in and push up on her, and she gets on the bus and looks and realizes that Summer's family is outside of the bus trying to get to her. And which is so confusing because Summer, you just said you didn't want to fight this girl. You were just in front of her 30 minutes ago and you didn't want to fight her. Everything was cool. Now your family's doing the most, trying to get their spot on the show, trying to jump on this girl. Like, I see why people don't fuck with you. I see why people think you're a snake, and I see why Big Lex did what she did when she let all that out at the end of this episode. It's the next day. It's the next day after all this went down, and Rolly and Scotty are talking to Summer on the balcony of, looks like a hotel or something, and they're talking about what happened the night before. And Summer says that Dolly is upset with her. The main reason Dolly is upset with her is because Tinka, it's because Summer and Tinka are now talking and they're friendly, and Dolly don't like that. And I just think it's deeper. All these reasons that they initially had or that they're saying that they have for each other, it's deeper. It goes deeper, just like we learned with Lex and Summer. It's deeper than Lex not fighting Tasiki for Summer. It has to do with some sexual tension, something going on. Maybe Summer was upset that Big Lex has got a girlfriend now, and then I don't know. But I don't know if these girls had a love triangle. I don't know if the big three turned into the big threesome. Okay. I don't know if it was a drunk threesome one night or what, but it feels like they're using these small things to justify the reasons that they're all mad when they really all mad because they got all this sexual tension for each other. Or something. Bitch, something's going on. Now, Rolly and Scotty asked Summer about the comment she made about eating Lex pussy. You know, what was said, is it true? And Summer says that Lex knows what the fuck's going on and she knows what the fuck happened. Pretty much insinuating it's true. But it's like, why are you being weird now? Like, why do you keep flip-flopping? I get you don't want to get your ass beat and you don't want to tell Big Lex what you said. But you know it's going to happen. You can't keep flip-flopping on camera like this. You know what is going to happen in the end, Summer. Now, she claims she don't remember saying it and that she was drunk. But my thing is, if you were drunk, you act the same drunk and sober, if that's the case. Because the drunk you that I saw last night, to me, acts like the same Summer. And that night, you had a water bottle in your hand. You was drinking water. Like, I didn't see you drinking, really. I think being drunk is a convenient excuse to try to get out of this situation, but it's not going to serve you. It's not going to serve you. The damage is already done. When you put things out like that, the damage is done. Now, we also see a scene with Big Lex and Dolly walking down the streets of Detroit talking about what happened the night before. Everybody's, downloading each other and what happened and talking about it. And we see Natalie roll up on them. Natalie rolls up on them in a black SUV. They tell her about what happened. And Natalie laughs and says, Natalie does her laugh. And she's like, oh, y'all fucking on one another now. And Dolly says, hell no, not me. Them, I ain't gay. Sure. That's what they all say. You give me, Dolly, you ain't no different than a DL man, okay? Because you sure do read it and give gay. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Like, it is what it is. She gives me raw, raw, like, huh, stud shit. You know what I mean? That's what it's giving me. And I know last week somebody commented saying they didn't think Dolly was gay, and that's fine. And listen, she may not be. She may not be. But let a man act feminine, and y'all automatically gay, right? So a woman can act real, real stud realness, and she could still be straight. I mean, yeah, she could be, but I don't think Dolly is. I don't think she is. I think that's why they all in this little big threesome shit going on. Listen, I'm gonna just say this and end it with that, with the threesome. To me, it would not be far fetched if I learned that these three girls had a threesome, messed around. Summer messed with Dolly, Lex messed with Dolly, whatever. I would not be shocked at all. Now, hell, they say three's a charm. Um, Now we see the girls arrive in Atlanta. They go from New York to Chicago, from Chicago to Detroit. Now they're going from Detroit to the ATL. And we see Rolly, Fauna, Tavy, Kokilla. They're walking around Atlanta. They look real cute. I like what they got on. I think they all look cute. Tavy looked a little uncomfortable in what she was wearing. Like she looked good, but she just looked a little like trying to walk in heels with this outfit. She just looked uncomfortable to me. I feel like Tavy is the most comfortable in sneakers and a Letterman jacket or whatever. Like I don't a jersey, bitch. I don't know. And when she's in heels and stuff, she looked pretty, but she looked uncomfortable too. If that makes sense. Now they're walking around ATL, and I got on. We talked about Tavy looking uncomfortable, but Fauna and this dog. Y'all know how I feel about this dog situation. Fauna girl, put the dog down. Put the dog down. Anna Mac tried this shit. I think was it Tinkerbella? It was somebody else who tried it. Please stop. Like I get so I just can't. You're not Scotty. You're not Paris Hilton. You're like, please stop using these dogs as props because I promise you, after this season, y'all will never see Fauna with a dog again in her hand. Okay? You will never see Fauna with a dog in her hand again, bitch. She's trying to be a moment. She's trying to be cute. She's trying to be that girl. She's trying to give off Scotty P. Hilton vibes. Like, stop, Fauna, stop. Fana. Like, why would you, too, and here's another thing, why would you bring your dog around all this chaos? And I've said this about Scotty, too, before, but I guess it's comforting to Scotty as emotional support, but my thing is, like, all this chaos, dogs really feed on energy, and y'all got all this chaos going on. I know them dogs are a nervous fucking wreck every night. I would have to have mine doped up on CBD. Now, Cold Killer brings up the things that were said about her daughter last week. And can I just say this? Because I didn't address this last week. The things that were said about Cold Killer's daughter. We talked about some things that she said, but I did not hear. I just want to make it very clear. I did not hear the comment that Bad Dolly made saying something along the lines about, I hope your daughter gets graped. Grapes, you know the word. I like I didn't hear that. I saw online where she supposedly had said that after I made my video, and then we hear the girls this week talking about it, and I hadn't, because y'all know if I'd have heard some disturbing sick shit like that, I would have. Dolly's needs to go. She's got to go. Like, I'm sorry, like another big liability. I know Zeus does not deal with advertisers. They're subscription based. You pay a subscription, they get their money. But people don't want to see that shit. You're gonna turn subscribers off too. If they had advertisers, they would already be pulling out. But she needs to go. Because if she's saying shit like that, what is she thinking? That's a sick bitch. Y'all heard it here out of my two lips. That's a sick bitch. She needs to get like and see, that's why your discern always go with your discernment, baby. Always. Because sometimes to me, I've never liked that girl. I've never liked Dolly. And like, oh baby, you thought people were chanting fuck Dolly before? We really don't fucks with you now. Like, leave the kids out of it. That is so sick. It's one thing for you to say, fuck your son, fuck your daughter, and even that's fucked up. But for you to go so fucking low to the depths and the underbellies of hell, you, ma'am, need to cancel her. Let her go. Okay? We don't play about shit like that. And if this don't show y'all who the fuck this woman is, I don't know what will. Anybody that defends that is a motherfucking PDF file sympathizer. Okay? Anybody. Anybody who says something like that, is thinking things like that, is wishing things like that on you, off with their heads. It's dark. Off with her fucking head. Get her out of here. Now, and two, it's not good for the brand. Like, I know Zeus's brand is already fucked. And, we've already talked about, the alleged coercion, the alleged trading and selling of women. We've talked about that. But this is, like, especially in this Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump world we're living in, shit like that it shouldn't fly regardless. But really, right now, in this time that we're in, it's rough out there, y'all. It's rough out there. Now, Rolly said that this is the sickest shit that she'd heard, and she doesn't care how much she hates someone. She'd never say that. And that's how I feel. Like, my mouth is lethal when I get pissed, and I will call you everything but a son or a child of God. But I'm never going to stoop to that, because that just shows who you are. Sad Dolly. Now, we see another scene with Biggie meeting up with Tasiki and Mariah Lynn at a local restaurant, eatery, bar in Atlanta. And this is why I just can't like Biggie. Oh, I can't. She tries so hard to be cool. Biggie tries so hard to be cool in every scene that she walks into. She walks in saying, we in ATL, we in ATL, we in ATL, we in ATL. And it's like, girl, I'm exhausted. Like, can you not just come in and be normal? Like, what's up, sis? Hey, girls. Hey, boo. Mariah. Like, what's up? Hey, y'all. No, you can't. You got to come in and make a big out of it. Biggie's in the room. Biggie's here. Like, girl. I just don't think that's who Biggie is. Okay? And that's my opinion. I don't think she is this hard ass that she tries to portray. And it's hard because I have this love-hate thing with her, and I see potential. She's a very talented girl. You can't take that away from her. I think she's, we've talked about her being talented musically. I think that she's got a brand for herself. She's got an audience for herself. But it's leave the persona at home, baby. You don't need that. People will still love you and approve of you and support you without you trying to, we're ATL. That's not you. And listen, I just wanted to say this. I don't know who has been styling Tasiki, but mama looks good. Okay? Mama looks good. In every scene we see Tasiki, and she is eating the looks. She, for me, I think wins for looks of this season. So far, she's taken it for me. And you know what? To be real, Tasiki ain't even got to be entertaining to me. She ain't got to fight because we know she's not going to give it. She's not entertaining. That's just not her. She can just show up and serve the looks for me, okay? Because some of these girls don't have a clue. Smiley. Now, Rolly spills the tea. Rolly spills the tea while they're out. You know, she's with Tavy and Fauna and a coke killer, and they're walking still. There's two separate scenes going on in Atlanta. The girls in the bar, the girls on the streets talking. And Rolly says that what we didn't see on camera was Summer said that her and Big Lex have been intimate more than once. Duh. Right? We knew that. Stevie Wonder could see that. Ray Charles could see that. If they'd done munched and hunched and crunched once, y'all know they done it twice, 3 times, 4. You know they went back for seconds. You know they went back for seconds. You don't just eat the pussy once and dip. You don't just eat the pussy once and leave, and then not come back for seconds, thirds, and so on. And then Rolly drops the bomb that Summer says that they did this while Lex and her girlfriend were together. Now, Summer, you know what you doing now. You really being fucked up and messy. She know what she doing now, and that ass whooping that came for her later in this episode. Ooh, I think she might have deserved it for all that shit she's been talking. Because this is what ends up getting Summer plumbered, okay? This right here, her saying all this shit about, oh, we fucked around while her and her girl were together. If that was my girl and I was watching this at home, I would be, talk about embarrassing, right? Now, Rolly says that she's going to address this at the house meeting because, Rolly is hosting these house meetings now because Natalie is so, we don't see Natalie, but we know now why we don't see Natalie much because she is pissed about Scotty and Lemmy being together. They've got a baby now. She is pissed, and I think that's why we're not seeing her. I know that's why we're not seeing her. She's like, let them girls figure it out on their own. And now, Rolly says that she told Summer, I thought this was a sisterhood. And Rolly said, Summer said, sister wives. Bitch, not the baddie sister wives. Sister Wives USA. But I've said that before. Remember, I told y'all these girls are sister wives because they be sharing the same partners. They all be allegedly fucking on the CEO. They all be allegedly fucking on one another. They damn near might as well be sister wives, and the show ought to be recast or be renamed Sister Wives. We see Tasiki while she's in the restaurant talking to Mariah and Biggie. She shows them a restaurant that she is opening called Smack'em's Seafood, which good for her. I'm proud of anybody that's trying to do better for themselves and don't just want to be on TV fighting, acting a fool, looking a fool, throwing every ounce of dignity and pride that they got away and on the floor. Tasiki's thinking long term. Tasiki knows this show is not going to last forever. I need some income when this shit ends. So why not? I'm here for it, and I support her sister when she wants to open a restaurant now or any sort of business at that. Now, the scene we have all been waiting for, right? There's something flying around in here. Fucking ladybugs, man. Keep getting ladybugs in here. I don't know why. It happens every year around this time. The scene we've all been waiting for. So we see bobblehead Jayla walk in. Scotty walks in with her. Scotty looks bad, head to toe. Just bad, okay? And Jayla looks like bad, like not good bad. Jayla looks a mess, in my opinion. I didn't like that look on her. Okay, I didn't like the wig on her. If you're gonna do blonde, you've got to really be careful. You've got to be careful with the style that you choose, what you're wearing it with. You've got to be careful because blonde is hard to do without coming off looking tacky. And that's just what Jayla was giving me. Now y'all notice how Scotty always has capri. Take notes, Fauna and Anna, since y'all want to use them as accessories. Scotty says that Jayla wants to have a sit down with her and Natalie because there's been a lot of tension in the house or a lot of tension on the show because we know that Scotty and Jayla went to Italy. I think Natalie was pissed about that too. Natalie wants Jayla to choose her side in this situation. And Natalie, we know, went on an Instagram live rant when Scotty and Jayla went to Italy with Lemmy. She's pissed because Natalie's like, that's supposed to be me. I'm supposed to be on the jets. I'm supposed to be going internationally around the world. She wanted to be with Lemon Pepper, the CEO. That's my opinion. Have a baby by me, baby. Be a millionaire. Ain't that what 50 Cent said? And that's what they thinking right now. They thinking with dollar signs. It is what it is. These girls don't want Lamel Plummer because he's just a nice guy with a awesome personality and looks so good. Nobody want that light bulb head shaped cinnamon stick looking ass Diddy Jr. motherfucker. Nobody wants that man for who he is. They see dollar signs. I told y'all, if you look up pictures of this man before he had this network, he was a fucking book nerd, bookworm. Nothing wrong with reading. No shade to the readers. I like to read a book every now and then. But you can tell he was a fucking little geek. And now he's trying to be, P. Diddy. And he's doing pretty well at it. The after party activities, if you know what I'm saying. So Natalie comes in with the fake, hey, how are you? She says, how was Italy? And Scotty says, it was great until you started talking about me and my dog. And Scotty's not playing about Capri. She said, me and my dog, bitch. She's not playing. That is her child. And I get it. I understand. If you don't have children, but you have a dog, like, you'll never understand unless you have a bond with a dog. And that's where I think Scotty's coming from in this situation. Like, I get it. I get it. I totally get it. So Natalie's first response is when Scotty says, Scotty said it was great until you started talking about me and my dog. And Natalie said, why? It's true. It's true what I said online about you. And Scotty says, what's true? Natalie said, exactly what I said is true. She said it was something about Mariah Lynn. And, Natalie starts off by beating around the bush. She don't really spit it out just yet. She just says, it was something about Mariah Lynn. And Scotty's like, why bring up Mariah? And Natalie says, because it's your man. Natalie says, Mariah had a situation with your man. Let me translate for everybody. Mariah and Lemon Pepper, Lemuel Plummer, the CEO of Zeus, fucked, according to Natalie. Allegedly. Are we surprised? No. Are we surprised? No. Mariah's the skankiest of them all. And I've been talking about her and how skanky she is. I mean, I've been you. If it looked like a hooker and it walked like a hooker, it's a hooker, okay? And Mariah Lynn has always gave me straight up dirty foot, white trash, trailer park, prostitute, nasty stripper vibes, okay? No shade to real strippers. No shade to the bad strippers. Because, bitch, if I could strip and make money, I would do it too. But she looked like a dirty stripper. Dirty foot. Hey. Hold on, y'all. Now, Scotty is trying to be delusional about it. Well, I'm not going to say delusional because I think Scotty believes in Lemmy when he says that him and Mariah never fucked around, right? So in this moment, Scotty is denying it, saying he and Mariah never had nothing. He and Mariah never had nothing. Yeah. Okay? This is the same one that has a sex tape with Prince from Bad Boys and Love and Hip Hop. Allegedly. But it's out there on his damn OnlyFans, I think. I mean, this Mariah will fuck anybody. And I'm not slut shaming. You can fuck who you want to fuck. But, hey. Damn. That's my dogs. My dog's in there doing the motherfucking mouse. I don't want to slut shame Mariah. You fuck who you want to fuck. But it's the fact that all y'all be fucking on this lemon pepper stick to advance your careers. Mariah, you know that if you fucking on lemon pepper, you only doing it to get a spot on Baddies because you're not entertaining. You wouldn't be there. Now I see why she's there. It all clicks, right? Mariah ain't never been entertaining. She never been a good fighter. Nobody is asking Zeus for us to bring Mariah on. She's there because she's been allegedly fucking that man. Okay? And I believe Natalie 1000%. Now, I was weak as fuck. Did y'all notice at this point? I was weak as fuck. Natalie starts pulling her phone out, I guess trying to show some receipts that we never saw. She never showed anything. But she starts pulling her phone out and she points at Jayla and she says, Lex, you were on the flight. She points at Jayla and calls her Big Lex and says, Big Lex, you were on the fight. You were on the flight. And I don't even think she knew who Jayla was. I think the wig was throwing her off and she thought Jayla was Big Lex in that moment. So she calls her Lex and Jayla answers looking confused. Like, Jayla was like, I wasn't on a flight. So Big Lex is denying, or I'm sorry, not Big Lex. Jayla is denying being on this flight. I don't know what happened on this flight, but we do know that it was Natalie. Allegedly, this was Natalie, Lemuel, Mariah, and Jayla on a flight. I'm assuming it was a private flight because only on a private flight can you do certain things like be in the Mile High Club, if you know what I mean. So I can only insinuate that Lemuel Plummer and Mariah was fucking around on a flight. I don't know if he was giving her. I don't know if she was giving him head. I don't know if she was sitting in his lap fucking him, doing whatever. But something happened on a flight, according to Natalie. Now, we see Natalie say, I'm not going to be fake anymore. I don't want to be fake anymore, she says. And I'm like, thank you for acknowledging that you're fake, Natalie. You finally acknowledged that. But in a way, I mean, you can't blame her doing this show kind of in a way because as we always say, and as the great quote goes, there's no friends in the game. They ain't learned that yet. Natalie seems to be the only one that's really learned it because she's been fake as fuck to all of these girls and been out for herself. I can't really blame her. Now, I mean, everybody else was out for themselves, right? And I think 95% of these girls on this cast would lay down with this is the Zeus Network CEO and fuck him, given the chance if they haven't already. That's just my opinion. And I think that's because he leverages, in my opinion, he leverages his position. And we even heard the Sharice Mills, aka Bad and Bougie, who was on Real Chance at Love or whatever the show was on Zeus that had or had Chance on it. She said, that the CEO said if you do this, you'll get more opportunities, right? And listen, that's been going on in Hollywood since Hollywood's inception. That's not new information. That's been going on in Hollywood forever. Do I believe that he's that kind of guy? Yeah, because too many people, too many women have come out about this man and said that. Now, Natalie says that to Scotty, why are you mad? But looking at this whole scene, Scotty was calm. She was addressing Natalie about what she did. Natalie is the one who looks out of breath, fidgety, anxious. And then finally, we see Natalie blow the lid and tell the truth about, her truth, allegedly, about Anna. Natalie says Anna and Mariah had something to do with your man. AKA Anna and Mariah fucked your man. AKA Anna and Mariah slept with Lemuel Plummer, the CEO of Zeus Network, according to Natalie Nunn. Have we not been saying that for seasons and seasons and seasons? She's been the only one really denying it for the most part. And now they were booed up. There's videos of them booed up. We've talked about that. I told y'all how Anna Mac literally followed the Baddies South bus, followed the Baddies South girls from city to city trying to get on the show, and it worked for her. She finally had to spread her legs for it, but it worked for her. Now, I want y'all to look at this. Because Lemonhead, Cinnamon Stick, Light Bulb Head, Diddy Jr., the Little Diddler, posted this to his Instagram stories because y'all know he stays online defending everything that we say about him up here. He's got so much money and so much this and that, but he stays online defending what we say online about him, us as bloggers, content creators. Um, and in the post, you'll notice he never denies Anna. He's just denying Mariah, but he never denies the Anna situation. You will say that he put in here, oh, the only reason I let this air was because I knew it was BS, and he thinks that by him showing us this information, showing us this scene, and not editing it out, that will make him look less guilty. But to me, thank you, Lemon Pepper, because I don't believe anything you say, and I think you're showing us the truth. I think Natalie's telling the truth, and I think you're trying to gaslight the viewers into thinking that Natalie is lying on you when we know that you've been fucking on these girls on this cast, when we know you be using these girls and leveraging your position of power over them the same way Diddy did. That's why we call you the little diddler. You were the little diddler. That's why you was always hanging out with Diddy at them parties too. And I believe that Lightbulb Head, this is very important. Here's what I think happened. I think that Lemmy admitted to Scotty that yes, he did sleep with Anna, right? I think they had a conversation. She was probably worried about Anna Mac. That's why we don't see Anna Mac on this season. Anna's also got a boyfriend now, but she wasn't dating this guy, I don't think, back when they were filming. That's why we don't see Anna no more. Scotty probably had a problem with it. But I think Lemmy admitted to sleeping with Anna because he had to. The proof was out there. There was videos of them canoodled up. We've been talking about it for years. He had to admit it, right? However, when it comes to Mariah, there's no proof out there. It's just all hearsay. So he can lie about that. He can deny it and lie and keep bringing Mariah on and keep fucking her behind the scenes. That's what I think is really going on here. And I think that's why Scotty is like, they didn't mess around. They had nothing to do with each other, because he's probably told her that they never messed around. But the proof lives on Damien After Dark. And the proof lives online. Because we've talked about it. But he can deny Mariah all day long because there's no concrete proof. But we all know, you and I know, that he fucked the dust bag. We know he fucked that girl. Now, Natalie tells the truth. When Natalie gets mad, she tells the truth. Just like when they were holding her hostage over in Africa and wouldn't let her leave. Remember, I think she be telling the truth about stuff. And she also posted, if I have the screenshot, I'll post it. I don't know if I still have it or not. But she posted something cryptic on her Instagram talking about how she's tired of being beat. She's tired of being something like that. Yeah. If I got it up here, I'm going to post the receipts. If you don't see it, it's because I couldn't find it. But I know I saw it. And look, when it comes to Mariah, y'all believe that Mariah and Lemmy were sleeping around? I do, because Mariah can be bought, okay? Mariah can be bought. And listen, since all this has even happened, even since all this has went down, I recently saw on Instagram where Mariah was sucking Natalie's dick, like, because Natalie was buying. They were in a Chanel store. Natalie was like, "Here, Mariah, I got you a gift." Mariah opens it. It's some pink Chanel bag that she's always wanted, and I'm like, "This shit is so fake." Y'all were just like, just that. At the end of the day, that trick Mariah Lynn is buyable. Okay, she is. Now, thank you for the entertainment, Zeus, because like I say, y'all always tell on yourselves. You always. Y'all never edit anything out, and we always see the truth to what it is. So thank you, Lemmy, for keeping it real for once. Now, Natalie storms out of the restaurant, right? We see Natalie get up. She storms out of the restaurant and says that this whole relationship is fake, talking about Scotty and Lemmy. She's saying this whole relationship is fake, and it's clear as day that Natalie is so jealous that Scotty has upgraded and is now dating the CEO of this network. And I truly believe that the plan was for Natalie to divorce Jacob at some point and her be Lemuel's right hand woman, his wife, his girl. I truly think she planned on marrying him, having a baby with him, and inheriting all that wealth that he has, allegedly, right? I think his alleged wealth, 'cause I don't know if he's rich or not, but, or I think she was planning on being with Lemmy on the side and still having her husband. And Scotty's fucked that up for her in a way. Even though I think Lemmy would still fuck Natalie on the side, even if he was married to Scotty, even if he did have a baby to Scotty. But notice how he ain't put a ring on Scotty's finger? You done got this woman pregnant and you won't even propose to her? You done knocked her up, got her looking like a fool on TV. He ain't gonna wife her. Now, as Natalie walks out of the restaurant, she screams at Jayla, Jayla, I'm disappointed. She says, Jayla, I'm disappointed. She says, Jayla, you were definitely on that flight. So she doubles down on what she said about Jayla being on that flight. And I believe Jayla was too. I think Jayla chose sides. That's what I think happened. You chose sides when you lied, Jayla. And if you lied, I think, first of all, I think Jayla was there on the flight, but she don't want to lose her paycheck, okay? So she's choosing Lemmy and Scotty's side because she wants to be brought back to Baddies. Because ultimately, Scotty's gonna call the shots if she's with this man, right? Natalie ain't gonna be calling all the shots. If she's pregnant with this man's baby, y'all really think Natalie Nunn's gonna be running Baddies? No, no. And my thing is, Jayla, you chose Lemmy and Scotty when you love to brag about how you and Natalie have been friends for years. Back in the Oxygen days, back in the Bad Girls Club days. That's your friend. You love to brag about. I told y'all Jayla was fake as fuck. As fake as that blonde wig on her head. Now, Rolly and Lex. We see a scene with Rolly and Big Lex. They meet up, and Lex finally admits that she never. Well, she admits to the situation in a way. She says that she never put her mouth on Summer. She never licked Summer, munched Summer. You know, none of that. But she says, "I'm not saying she didn't me." So she's saying that pretty much Summer gave her head. She didn't give Summer head. Okay, thank you. That's what we needed to know. Now, she also claims that it was just a fun, drunk night, nothing serious. But my thing is, why go back for more? You went back for seconds. You went back for thirds. You got a to-go box. You got a take-home plate. And my problem with you, Big Lex, is I don't believe nothing you really say now because you denied it at first. Now you saying, oh, well, she ate me, but I didn't eat her. And it's like, you like, what is it? What's the truth? Bye, Lex. And then note, I want y'all to pay attention. This is very important. Note, you know how I've been telling y'all, I think Dolly is low-key gay, bisexual, something. I think Dolly messes with girls. I'm going to say that. Notice how in Lex's confessional, she says, y'all heard Dolly. I'm a pillow princess. I ain't down there eating nobody. Why would your friend know that you're a pillow princess? Why would Dolly know that you're a pillow princess? Is she strapping up and pegging you? Is she putting a dildo on and doing you? Because a pillow princess is somebody who just lays on their back and don't do a lot of work. Why would Dolly know that? Yeah, Dolly fucking on these girls, in my opinion. Now, everybody, a lot of girls get in the tour bus. Some of the girls get in a Sprinter van, and everybody heads to the Atlanta house, the Atlanta mansion that they're staying in. And when the girls get to the house, apparently Tommy is there in a Sprinter van with some of the girls. Now, Big Lex is outside of this Sprinter van, going off, cussing him out, trying to get him out. What the fuck? Doing all rah, 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 rah. And apparently, Tommy brought extras to the set. Apparently, Tommy brought some girls to Chicago. We know, well, not apparently, we know that Tommy brought some girls to Chicago to jump some of these girls. That's why Big Lex is mad. But when they show up, they see that Tommy's also got somebody in Atlanta with her. So I think that's really why Big Lex popped off. Now, I didn't see any of Tommy's associates at first, as Zeus called them associates. I only saw her on a Sprinter van with Summer, DJ Sky, and some of the other baddies at first. At first. Then we see later, we see there's somebody else there. Now, Big Lex ends up calling Summer out because Summer is hanging out with Tommy. Summer's done said all this shit about her. And we see Big Lex look at Summer and she's like, you. And Summer says, come on, pussy muncher. I don't know why that was funny to me. And then we see Lex take off on Summer. Round 1. KO. Big Lex 1, Summer 0, right? Lex takes off on her, starts whooping her ass, and then in a shocking turn of events, bitch, all of a sudden we see Tommy come out the motherfucking woodwork. Tommy comes from the left screaming at Lex, takes her wine glass, because y'all know Tommy always got a glass of wine. Takes her wine glass and push, clocks Lex right upside the head. Wine goes everywhere. Glass shatters. Production's ducking. Cameramen and producers are ducking. When I tell y'all, bitch, I was gagged watching this. I was gooped. I'm like, this is the best episode they have had in a long time, okay? Best episode they've had in a long time. Now, Mariah Lynn, see, and in this moment, all this is going down, and Mariah Lynn steady talking shit, trying to get involved. In her confessional, talking about, if a bitch threw a wine glass at me, I'm gonna fuck you up from the rooter to the... You ain't gonna do nothing, Trailer Park. You ain't gonna do nothing, Dirty Foot. I can't stand that Dirty Foot Trailer Park skank. Mariah, go bye. Now we see Tommy. Meanwhile, Tommy's telling the cameraman, get that motherfucking camera out my goddamn face. Right? Tommy calls the cameraman a bitch ass, tells him to get that motherfucking camera out her face. And it's like, okay, Tommy, give us your check back. You're not getting the rest of your pay. Because I don't like when y'all do that. Get that camera out my... You at a job. You signed up for this job. You getting paid more than most people would for a year's work. Shut up, Tommy. Get in the paint. You did what you did. I'm going to get the camera out your face. What you talking about? You just clocked a bitch upside the head with a wine glass. We want to see the aftermath. We want to see what you got to say. No work, no pay. Now, Summer gets her ass beat in round 1. What does Summer do? She continues to talk shit. She continues to make the situation worse to where, boom, round 2. Lex dog walks her again, right? And beats the hell out of her, all right? And then we see Summer in her outfit. Rolly says, oh, her little Selena outfit done got ripped. You know, Summer out here looking like Selena, looking like a bruised and battered Selena. Her little leotard's all ripped up. She all bruised and bashed in the face, talking about, I used to have love for you. Summer telling Lex, once upon a time I had love for you. No, too late for all that, Summer. It's too late for all the love that you and Big Lex had for one another at one point. Okay? It's too late. And you know, speaking of, when is Biggie gonna get popped? When is Biggie gonna get popped? Because again, Biggie and Mariah, they're the worst when it comes to inserting themselves in things that have nothing to do with them because they're desperate and thirsty for camera time. Biggie is outside of Tommy's SUV, yelling at the SUV, talking about, that's why you got popped. That's why you got popped. Over and over. And it's like, if you and your... Stay out of it, baritone. Stay out of it, tuba. Biggie. And the only reason you telling Tommy that's why you got popped is because she's inside of a sprinter van, or she's inside of a car with the door shut and security is surrounding y'all. That's the only reason you talking shit to that girl like that, and you know it. Now we see Big Lex yell at Tommy, "You're next." You're next, Tommy. And there's somebody standing next to Tommy. Some guy is standing right here next to her, and then Summer standing on the other side of her. And when Big Lex yells, "Tommy, you're next," we see this random ass guy. He starts yelling at the girls. He starts talking about something like, what did he say? All I heard was, "You do just about everything." That's all we heard. And before we know, we see Big Lex chunk her water at him. She throws her water at him. And but it's just like, who let this random ass guy on the set? Who is he anyway? Why is he there? It's dangerous to have a like. First of all, this is a bunch of females on a cast. We don't need no man involved in trying to argue with the girls, trying to fight with the girls. Bye, sir. Go, Tommy. Why do you keep bringing all of these peons with you? All these leeches who are riding your coattails and probably using you. Um, but Anyway, Big Lex throws water at this guy. He then proceeds to take his Red Bull can and he chunks the Red Bull can at the girls, and all hell breaks loose because the baddies bum rush the vehicle that this guy is in. They bum rush the SUV. Big Lex opens the door. The innocent driver in the door is like, "What the fuck? How did I get into this?" Big Lex wedges herself in between the man that's driving the car, trying to get in the back seat. I'm like, it's a thousand wonders somebody did not get hurt. Like, seriously hurt or shot. Or shot, because we in Atlanta, bitch. Like, it's a thousand wonders somebody did not get hurt in that car scene. Okay? Now, and then Tasiki, what was you talking about? I'm side eyeing you a little bit, Tasiki. I don't know what, because did y'all see how Tasiki, when she was looking at that guy, Tommy's little friend that came with her, she said, "Who is he? We got a whole glam team for ninjas like that." I'm like, what do you mean? What are you trying to say, sister? Y'all see how her down low ass, I feel like that's how she looks at gay men. And I could be very wrong on this, and I'm sorry to Siki fan, but I don't like that comment. I get she's trying to defend her baddies, her fellow sisters, and she's upset that this insider has come in. I get that 1000%. But to me, that statement just meant, like, if the guy was gay, I don't know if the guy was gay that was with Tommy, but it's like she looked like he's supposed to be part of the glam team. Is that how y'all look at us as accessories? We're just the glam team. And again, I understand she's trying to diss an outsider. I'm not faulting her for that. It's just what she said. And maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but I'm like, do you look at men like us as just the glam team? Because you can't live in your truth, Latifah? Now, it's round 3 with Big Lex versus Summer. And baby, that third time, she really did it in with Summer. I mean, Summer has blood running down her face. Lex got on top of Summer and was like, boom, 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 doo, 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 just all in her fucking face. And I was shocked that security didn't get them apart sooner than they did. But they gave Big Lex a good 10 seconds to dog walk her. And I mean, she walked her like a dog. Just walked that hoe like a motherfucking dog. We saw the blood. It looked like something out of a horror movie. Seriously. And then, just when I think 3 rounds is enough, the medic is over there, bandaging Summer up. What is Summer doing? Still talking shit. Still talking shit with a bloody, bruised, busted face. And Big Lex gets her again for a 4th time. I'm like, if y'all don't get these girls apart, she is going to unalive that girl. Separate them two now, because Big Lex is going to put that girl 6 feet under. Whew. Bitch, it was a lot. It was a lot. And you know what? Next week, the chaos continues. The chaos continues next week when a house meeting is had and Scotty calls Mariah out about what Natalie told her. And then we see Mariah calling DJ Sky out about her messing her song up. But it's like, Mariah, you got bigger fish to fry, baby girl. DJ Sky is the least of your worries. You wanted a storyline so bad, Mariah. You want attention so bad. You finally got it. Natalie gave it to you. Now you need to address why you fucking on the CEO. Ho. um, and then Mariah calls out. We talked about that. Mariah calls out DJ Sky. K Rican shows up. We see K Rican, and baby, has she really glowed up from last season? It's a Zeus check will do a lot for somebody, won't it? Because K Rican looked good. K Rican looked good, but she's got unfinished business with Tinkerbella. And then we also see Nunu jump in to fight K Rican too. K Rican fought Nunu. K Rican fought Tinkerbella. All that and more is happening next week, and you don't want to miss it right here on the Baddies USA After Show, only on Damien After Dark. You know the deal. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please click that subscribe button. Like this video. Use your hype points and hype us up. That helps more people see us and join the conversation. Leave me all your thoughts and opinions on this supersized recap and on the episode that aired this week. I gotta hear all your opinions. What do y'all think? Do y'all think Mariah and Lemuel Plummer is fucking around? Do y'all think it's time for Bad Dolly to go? What do y'all think about what Tommy did to Big Lex? Did she go too far by hitting her in the face with a wine glass? What do y'all feel about Summer getting the hell beat out of her? Do you think this Summer and Big Legs had more going on than what they're letting on? Do y'all think Dolly was involved? There's so many questions, so much that went on this episode. I want to hear from you. Join the conversation, and I'm so glad that you guys decided to join me for this recap. Please make sure you tune in next week. We'll see you next week for an all-new episode right here on Damien After Dark. Love y'all.